Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Ruby Gill, and I feel honored to welcome you all on the behalf of lovely professional university for taking a keen interest in today's webinar, which is entitled as Road to Recovery, Physiotherapy as a Profession. So attendees, I'm sure you will feel enriched after the completion of today's webinar. So kindly allow me to introduce our experts. Dr. Suresh Mani, Associate Professor, Head, Department of Physiotherapy, Lovely Professional University. A dynamic professional with a doctorate degree from University Kebangsaan, Malaysia. And Dr. Suresh has an experience of more than 20 years in industry, academics, and research. To his credit, he has published more than 20 research publications, poster, and oral presentation in various national and international forums of repute. Talking about his awards and accolades, he was awarded the most impactful e-health solution for tele-PT size by the Telemedicine Innovation Challenge in 2017 in Malaysia. And currently he is working on smart planter insole for enhancing gait parameters in total knee arthroplasty, transcranial stimulation for leprosy, neuritis, and telephysiotherapy for cerebral palsy children in inclusive educational settings and holistic rehabilitation model for the management of treatment-related complications among patients with breast cancer. So, sir, it's a privilege to have you on board with us today. Thank you so much for joining. I would also like to welcome our admission expert, Ms. Megha Singh, Assistant Professor, Lovely Professional University. Her expertise lies in human resource management, and currently she is involved in research related to social causes. So today she'll give you an insight of eligibility, fee, and scholarship, which I'm sure will make you save a lot of money. And in addition to that, she'll also be sharing the infrastructure part of the university. So thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us. So with this, we'll begin our today's webinar. I welcome you all once again to the webinar and hope that you all will have a great interaction with the experts. So over to you, Dr. Suresh Mani, sir, for the content of the day.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Ruby, for the introduction. Can you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Yeah. Thank you. Once again, very good afternoon for all the viewers online. And today's topic about the road of recovery to physiotherapy as a profession. So my name is Dr. Suresh Mani. I'm the head of the department for the School of Physiotherapy. When you talk about the physiotherapy, we should talk about the faculty. Under the Faculty of Applied Medical Sciences, we have two schools. The Z school is the School of Allied Medical Sciences. Under the Allied Medical Sciences, we have two departments. One is the physiotherapy, another one is the medical sciences. So under the physiotherapy, so let us see what are the programs has been offered under the program of physiotherapy. So we have both undergrads and postgrad programs. Under the undergrads program, we have the Bachelor of Physiotherapy, which is 4.5 years. It means 8 semesters, plus 6 months compulsory rotatory internship in the multi-speciality hospitals. And we also have the lateral entry, those who have completed or they have done diploma after the +2 higher secondary, they are eligible to directly join on second year. So they will be having 6 semester plus 6 months compulsory rotatory internships. So this is the Bachelor of Physiotherapy. Second one is about the master program. Those who are completed bachelor, so they're eligible to go for the specialty programs under the master a physiotherapy program in which we have a different specialties such as orthopedics, neurology, cardiopulmonary, and sports and pediatrics. In addition, the school also offers the PhD programs, both full on campus as well as the off campus mode. So let us see what do you understand about the physiotherapy. Let me minimize this. Sorry about it. Okay, so what do you understand about the physiotherapy, Bachelor of Physiotherapy? I think if you look at the international statistics about the say like increase in the age transitions, so transition of ages in terms of in recent past we have an increase in life expectancy in every countries where you have more of people with elderly and people with over 60 years, so that creates a overall demands in the workforce which we needed to address those work related or the age related problems. So when you talk about the Bachelor of Physiotherapy, it provides the students not only the theoreticals, and also it provides the clinical knowledge of various conditions that affects human movements and its management. When you talk about the curriculum, it's based on the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So this is based on national international standards, so that most of our students aiming to go for the higher study in across the globe, particularly US and Canada. So this has been developed. The course curriculum has been developed based on the international and national standards. As I said, after the 8th semester, the student must go for the compulsory rotatory internship in different specialty in terms of orthopedics, cardiology, and burns, plastic surgery. So this kind of compulsory internship they have to complete, at the end of the 8th semester, so that that's the 9th semester, then you can do that. Next one, the Master of Physiotherapy. As I said, we have a different specialty. So we have a different specialty. I said orthopedics, um, cardiopulmonary, pediatric, and sports. So this you need to do it after completing your um, bachelor programs, because that provides you into a specialty practice. So once you've done a master after your bachelor, you become a specialty. You're the expert in specific area of discipline. For example, orthopedic, cardio, and sports. So what is the career prospect? So when you talk about the physiotherapy, every person need a physiotherapy. For example, if you take about the low back pain, low back pain is a very common condition, even though 99% of people they develop back pain at any times of their lifespan, right? So the very common condition we commonly treated by the physiotherapist. So when you look at this career perspective, the physiotherapist, after you're graduating as a physiotherapist, you can be posted in hospitals and colleges and universities and specialist schools where you have the uh, children with cerebral palsy or mentally retarded or autistic children. So special schools are there, so you can get a placement there. And sports industry, now India is booming in sports industry. So we have the initially only the cricket was there. Now we have playing all the games now, even IPL, shortest form of cricket. You have this football, hockey, kabaddi. So these clubs, each state has a huge number of clubs where they recruit physiotherapists. Even the in government of India, they promote physiotherapists, one of the multi-specialty team in their clubs or in the team. And also you are able to get the placement in the rehabilitation center, government sector, as a physiotherapist, as a researcher. Even once you've done your BPT, you are eligible, licensed to start your own clinic. You become an entrepreneur. If you see a lot of chains of clinics, fitness clinics, they're run by the physiotherapist, right? So you are able to, get your own clinics can be run, or one clinic or chains of clinics, you can do that. In addition to this, you also have can do the private practice, and you can do the research. As a researcher, you can also be a researcher for as a career. I mean, after completing your BPT. So what we do, see, when you look at the physiotherapy, this is the skill-based, industry. You need a skill, right? So not only theoretical aspect, you need a clinical skills to evaluate, to assess a patients, and plan your treatment, as well as the execution of your treatment, as well as you need to monitor the treatment or the outcome or the recovery or improvement of the patients. So what we are looking at here, as a institute in our LPU, we have associated with the multi-specialty hospital so that we could send our student to get a exposure across all these super specialties. For example, we have a Sacred Heart where you have a specialized cardiac surgery, so you'll be posted there to get the the hands-on training, a clinical training on heart-related conditions. Or if you have the Joshi and Trauma Center, we have orthopedic specialties. So students will have the experience and exposure of various specialty-wise clinical training during their courses, right? So during the 8th semester, so you'll be starting your clinical training gradually. So you will be going different hospital in a rotatory basis to learn about clinical conditions. In addition to this, the hospital, the physiotherapy department also have 3 clinics. So one in the campus, and another 2 in one in Pagwada and Jalandhar, where it's equipped with all the very sophisticated equipments to treat patients, so that the students get experience within the campus as well as the outside the campus. Okay, it's very specific in our department. Research, we also focus on a lot of research, not only the clinical based research, we also do a lot of innovations. So faculties are doing a lot of research in the qualitative research, and also the experimental research, and also innovations. What are you looking at in the screen? This is one of the kind of research that we do. So this is an insole that we have developed in our institute, in our school, physiotherapy. So it can measure the foot pressure, how much pressure that you are putting while walking, right? So if you have a patients, those who have osteoarthritis, knee pain, they have an issue in this. So this device can measure how much force they are putting on each foot. This is the few the innovations and the research in the department. In addition to this, we are committed to have a collaborative research, with the other national and international universities. If you look at the screen, where you have a collaboration with the T-Side University UK and UKM Malaysia, and also Indonesia, Sumatra USU, and also IPB. So our master and the PhD student, along with the bachelor student, they're doing research, collaborative research with these organizations. Okay, it's very important, for our, we are very proud, this school has, received an international grant. So not only research or innovation that we are doing, we also, making, student experience to write, different topics or different small projects. We're happy to say that, the school, Physiotherapy Department of Physiotherapy, received an international grant under the Erasmus Plus project, with the collaboration of 12 institutes in India, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, and Europe. So this is total budget of 8.85 crores. So this we using it to promote sports and physical education, through which we're going to developing the new courses. It's equal to the European standard. We're going to offer on sports and physical education for our students. So this is some of the programs offered by the MLT. I'm not going in detail. And Okay, this is very important for every one of us. I think we were in a pandemic. So during our pandemic, our students, those who are in clinical training, they were posted in different COVID, emergency departments. So this is some of, the collage of images. Our students, they were posted in the different ICU settings where, the COVID patients were treated. So this is the pride of our department. Yeah. So thank you for listening. I think the journey of transformation is just beginning. I think let's make a difference. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your vision. And I believe, sir, this was such an informative presentation, and attendees must have gained from it, and they will approach the program accordingly. So, yes, sir, we have few queries from our attendees. So, with your permission, we'll take up those queries, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
All right, sir. So there is a attendee who wants to know that today there is a trend that each and every sports person, trend or it's a requirement of every sports person, every athlete to have a physiotherapist along with him or her. So do LPU provide that facility to the students after the completion of program to associate with any famous athlete or any famous sports person of any field?
Okay. Thank you for the question. I think very good question. Now, experience exposure is very crucial for, a successful physiotherapist. So when you talk about the sports related training or exposure, so we'll be having a lot of exposure on sports in the campus. Why? Because so we have a world high class facility in sports setup within the campus, and also the LPU training uh, national sports personals. So our students also in a batch wise we posted in the athletes, those who are getting trained within the campus. So they will be getting trained by the faculty as well as the master students. In addition to this, we have been engaging our students to get the on-field experience of treating a patients with the athletes or the sports personals. So whenever we have get the experience or invite government invites or the sports club invites be a physiotherapist to organizing events, right? So we have been posted there along with the student so that they get experience in treating their on-field issues. In addition to this, we get a lot of sports injuries in our OPDs because we treat a lot of students from the physical educations, from the athletes, which were getting trained inside the campus. So we get a lot of, physiotherapists. I'm happy to share, one of your alumni, our physiotherapy alumni is the chief physiotherapist for the golden boy of the Olympic, I mean, Chopra, right? So he was trained by our alumni of a physiotherapy department.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay. Yes, sir. So thank you so much, sir. So we'll take up another query from Naseem Akhtar. He wants to know that after completing BPT, can he use doctor with his name?
It's very good question. Let's say I think I didn't pronounce your name properly. Sorry about it. As per the Indian Association of Physiotherapists, right? So you can use the doctor. You can prefix doctor. In your name. At the same time, you need to add the PT. So that PT it indicates a physiotherapist. So to differentiate from the medical doctors. So IAP, Indian Association of Physiotherapists, allow this. If you are a member of the Indian Association of Physiotherapists, you are eligible to put doctor. You can prefix doctor. At the same time, you need to put PT at the end of your, postfix. You at the end of your name. Yeah, you can do that.
Thank you so much, sir. And so we'll take up another query. So another query is from Gurmeher. She wants to know that what other skills apart from academics a student has to possess during the course duration to be successful, to have a successful career after the completion of the course.
Okay. So after BPT, so you have a different pathways. For example, you want to work in a sports industry. So in the sports industry, maybe you need to focus on how to train athletes, the fitness training. So these are the key areas that you need to be master in it, right? So for example, if you have a want to work in a ICU setting, right, intensive care unit where they have a cardiac surgery and pulmonary operations. So where you need a special techniques, where you need to have how to do a chest physiotherapy, how to monitor their oxygen saturations. So these are special techniques. If you want to have work in an orthopedic setting, you need to have a skill on manual therapy. That's why the institute or our school is organizing periodically different workshops in addition to what we are offering within the course. So we call the industry experts, so they will be giving a special training on different skills, so that based on your dream of you want to become a sports physiotherapist, or you want to become a ICU or respiratory therapist, so you can get it trained from them. So you have a lot of scope, you can, very wide scope. It's not a very narrow, right? So based on your where you want to go into work, where you want to work, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. So we'll take up another query. So the an attendee Shubhendu, he wants to know that, sir, if this course is of 4 years, so how a student keeps himself or herself self-motivated during the course, and how LPU faculty will support the student?
Okay, it's a very good question. I think, to be honest, we are the student friendly. Now we focus each and every queries on immediate basis to support our students, not only the other aspects, particularly in the academic aspects. So our faculty are dedicated to communicate, or we also have the system of where we mentoring. We allot a mentor for each students, so that any queries that can be addressed on immediate basis, right? So the entire department and the faculty committed to address all the issues that is arise from the students on immediate basis.
Thank you so much, sir. And I also firmly believe in this, that here at LPU, the faculty, our mentorship is there, attendees at every step. So you need not to
Yes.
worry about anything. You want emotional support, you want the support in your academics. Our faculty is so supportive that they are there. You're like, you call them and they are there to help you, to guide you. So thank you so much, sir. And we'll take up another query. So a student named Gur Kawaljit Singh, he wants to know about the placement, that what kind of placements are there and what is the success rate in physiotherapy section.
Okay. The placement, there are two kind of placement. Thank you for the question, by the way. There are two kind of placements. One is those students registered for the placement. So what we do, we provide a special training to them. At the end of the semester, we have a special skill training and also conduct a mock interviews. In addition to this, we also have the industry people interactions. So that we have. For placement, for those who are registered, we have a communication with the industries in terms of hospital rehabilitation centers. So they come on campus to recruit for the interview. So they recruit our students. For example, if you take the mission walk in Hyderabad, now they have a different setup in Pune and Delhi. So they are also recruit a lot of our students. So secondly, we also have faculty guided placements. Those who are not opted the placement drive, so we also continue to support support their placement after completing their internships. I think our students, there are two things they do. One, they will place somewhere, they will go for the higher studies. So we also guide the students based on their requirements.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for resolving all the queries of our attendees. And now we'll quickly move to our admission expert, Ms. Megha Singh. So, ma'am, over to you for the admission part of the university.
Thank you so much,
Thank you. Thank you.
Ruby. Thank you so much, sir, the esteemed panel member who was here. So I'll just share my screen. Ma'am, is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Okay. So good evening to, good afternoon, I must say, to all the attendees who are here and viewing this webinar. I'll quickly take over to the presentation that I have for you. I'll just put it in the slideshow mode. So I will be talking about the kind of infrastructure, facilities, how the campus life is for the students who join here at LPU, and the most important, which I get a lot of queries as to how we can take admission, what is the process, where we can check the eligibility. I will take about that. It will not take much time, so just bear with me. So this is just a glimpse of all the our students of LPU which have brought laurels to our university, whether it is the students that you see in front of you, which had participated in Tokyo Olympics and got a lot of laurels in various games. This is a recent win in which our students, they lifted up the runners-up trophy at the Khelo India University Games. You can see the tally of medals that our students have achieved. Talking about the most important part, where a lot of questions and queries regarding the rankings that the university has achieved. So I would like to tell you that we have got very good rankings from good, these ranking institutes, whether it is Times Higher Education Impact Rankings that has ranked us at 74th, and this is all over the world, it's global. Then to the ranking amongst the top universities in India itself, where we are ranking at number 36th. We also rank at number 3. This is according to the Atal ranking of institutions on innovation in achievements, that is ARIA. And this is how the students of our LPU, they are exposed to the multitude of visitors that visit here, which interact. So whether it is the Prime Minister, current Prime Minister of our country, or the various dignitaries, delegates that have graced on multiple occasions, whether it is the convocations, whether starting up of a school. You can just see a glimpse where Shri Arun Jaitley was here to initiate the startup school, where we try to motivate and sensitize the students that you should be into a mode where you are creating jobs for others. And you can see the film stars, the celebrities, they are welcoming at various functions, inductions for freshers, and so on. The infrastructure, no doubts about it that our university has got the best infrastructure available. I would not say only in India, but worldwide. We've got a biggest residential capacity as well. What you see in front of you is one of our amphitheaters where a lot of nukkad nataks, club activities, they take place, open house activities. What you see now is one of the auditoriums, the 3 auditoriums that we have in a lovely professional university. This one that you see right now has a capacity, for one function, about 3,500 candidates can be seated at the same time, and all kinds of national and international events of repute that take place over here. This is our uni mall where all kinds of amenities to shop is present. This is a multi-storied central library that we have. All kinds of reference books, textbooks, even the online databases, e-books are available to our students once they become a part of the university. Entertainment is not lagging behind. We are having a bowling alley, so you can de-stress yourself. We have a gym, spa facilities available for all the students. We are also having a full-fledged uni hospital where you're having the doctors, residents at your disposal. This is our indoor stadium, all activities. We've got 3 swimming pools. This is one of the swimming pools that you can see. They're all weathers, all season swimming pools. So be it winters or summers, you can take the benefit of the same: badminton, indoor badminton courts, and the indoor shooting ranges. This is a glimpse of our university in the daytime and the nighttime. So how to go ahead and apply for admissions? One of the ways through which you can apply admission is you can either visit us all 7 days, 9 to 5, for Monday to Saturday, and 10 to 4 on Sunday. Physically, you can come. The university is open. Or the other way is, which I'll show to you right now. When you go onto Google, you just have to, write. You can type over here as www.lpu.in. Once you do that, this is the page that will open in front of you. Even at the comfort of your home, you can actually go through the eligibility criteria and what other requirements are there once you have to apply for admission. You can also apply admission online, right? So let me take an example. Let's say your last qualification is graduation, okay? And you are interested in a program of physiotherapy. So I have to click upon the discipline of physiotherapy. And once I do that, these are the number of courses, the programs that I can take admission in. So let me take up one example. If I'm interested in MPT, cardiopulmonary, I click upon it, it will tell me all the details. The important details as a candidate I would want to know. First, what is the duration of the program? It's mentioned here. What are the program details? What is the eligibility criteria, the minimum eligibility criteria that is required? Like for this particular, I require minimum 60% marks. And of course, I have to appear for entrance exam of the university, which is LPU next. Then, what are the key highlights of the program? The rankings that I just discussed with you. What are the curriculum details? What subjects I will be exposed to or I'll be studying once I'll be here in both the years? What is the fee structure currently, right? What is the relaxation, right? If I'm appearing for the LPU Nest exam, what are the cutoffs on which I can get the scholarship? Everything, all the minutest of the details are present on our website. Also, what are the different types of scholarships that I can avail or I can be eligible for, right? Whether it is on the basis of the qualifying exam, whether it is the basis of the entrance exam of the university. We are also having some other special scholarships. If you have some innovation done in the previous 2 years, a startup or entrepreneurship, recognition or rewards, or on the basis of sports, culture, research, co-curricular, social service, bravery, you can go through this. Also, we are providing financial aid. You can read about it if you're falling into any of these criteria. The most important thing for a candidate who wants to get into admission or wants to get into a lovely professional university and apply for the admission is to understand the dates, right? So as to you should not be, losing upon any of the scholarships. So over here, if you can see it, I'll just zoom it. It says your registration starts at this particular date. The last date of applying of LPU Nest application is 30th of June. You have to book your exam online. Currently, we are going through a proctored mode of examination. What will be the date of examination? When will be the result displayed? And what will be the last date of admission? All these minute details you can see and read for your own assessment on your discretion from the website. It is easily accessible on your cell phones as well as on a laptop. Right? Very important factor to take into consideration if you want to read about a particular program. And if you also want to see what are the other programs are there, no worries, quickly go ahead, pick up physiotherapy, and it will show you the other courses as well which are there, and you can read about. Clear? Another query that I often come to hear is that, ma'am, we have forgotten or we could not attend a previous webinar. For that, I will just tell you, you go on to admissions bar, okay, the tab, click upon it and look to your left-hand side. On the left-hand side, you will see the information as LPU's Edu-Fair webinars, okay? Click upon it and a tab like this, a window like this will open up. Now over here, all my dear attendees, you can see our upcoming webinars belonging to different disciplines. If you want to go ahead and recommend it to someone, you can go ahead with that. If you want to view for yourself, for your own information, you can earmark in your calendar and attend the webinar just like you've done for today. Or if you have forgotten to attend or you have missed a previous webinar, click upon the past webinar and you can see all the previous recordings that have been taken place. You can view from here. Right? Thank you so much and God bless you all. Over to Miss Ruby.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the detailed information about the admission part. So attendees, I must tell you, decisions determine destiny. So don't just wait for the last date, decide your own date and take the admission as soon as possible. So with this, we'll conclude today's webinar. I would like to express my appreciation to the experts for the valuable contribution to our webinar, which was on the topic Road to Recovery, Physiotherapy as a Profession. So my deepest gratitude goes to all who attended this webinar and helped to make this webinar a successful one. And experts, I'm sure your years of experience will definitely help the audience to choose the right path. So until next time, I, Ruby Gill, finally sign off the session. Thank you, everyone.